Hello, I'm Marsha Chan of Mission College, and I'm welcoming you to Advanced Grammar Review and Editing. Today we're studying modals, in other words, modal auxiliary verbs. There are many modals in English. We'll examine modals in the context of an article, and we will examine the form, meaning, and usage of modals for different purposes. Modals are words like can, can't, could, couldn't, might, should, shouldn't, oughta, had better not, have to, has to, have gotta, has gotta, must, do or does not have to, must, am, is, are, supposed to, and it's negative, am, are, is not supposed to, did not have to, could have, couldn't have, shouldn't have, ought to have, had better not have, must have, must not have, was and were supposed to, was and were not supposed to. Those are modals. And we use them for different purposes. So there are some modals of advice, some of necessity, some modals of prohibition, modals of lack of necessity, modals of obligation, modals of possibility, modals of weak certainty, modals of assumption, modals of strong certainty, modals of impossibility. And as we do these, we're also going to analyze other aspects of grammar, lexis, and mechanics. Grammar Sets, Chapter 4. Here are the contents. Let's look at this article called Astrology and Psychology. You have probably taken a look at this in your textbook, and now I'll read through it with you and have you pay attention to the modals in this article. Here we go. It's true, last week you may have wasted your time being in a bad mood, but that's all in the past. Today is a new day. Some new financial opportunities may be coming your way soon. Because of this, you must get organized. Don't make any big purchases unless you have to. If you're still single, there could be a change on the horizon. It may come from an unexpected direction, so be prepared. Why do so many people seem to believe in the zodiac to such a great degree? Could it be that astrological charts really can tell us something about our personalities? Can they answer that age-old question, what should I do with my life? Research psychologists chuckle when asked these questions. While they readily admit that checking one's horoscope from time to time might be entertaining, they stop cold at the suggestion that astrology can be used effectively as a tool for predicting the future. Researchers have studied the behavior of people who believe in horoscopes. In doing so, they have discovered some interesting facts about human behavior. Research shows that often people desperately want the statements that are made in their horoscope to be true. This desire can lead them to find evidence in their own lives to support the information. They may even distort it to fit their own lives better. Because the language used in most horoscopes is overly general, it is not difficult to find something in one's life that will support what's written. In comparing different kinds of horoscopes, research has revealed another interesting result. A majority of people tend to believe those horoscopes that say they have been created especially for you. Psychologists smile at this finding. They are not quite sure why this phenomenon occurs. They need more time to study it. One man said that while he didn't have to consult his charts for everything, when it came to major decisions, He always relied on it. However, this same man may have missed out on his dream house because of this dependence. He was close to buying the house, but his horoscope had warned him, "You'd better wait until the full moon passes before you make any big purchases." By the time that had happened, it was too late. Someone else had bought the house. Obviously, he shouldn't have relied on astrology so much, says one researcher. I think his case could have had a happier outcome if he'd relied on good old common sense. Now let's think critically about form. Look at the highlighted verbs or the underlined verbs in the reading. I underlined more verbs than the ones that are already highlighted in the text. Let's take a look at the ones that have a simple modal. They should include these: must get, could be, should do, might be, can lead, had better wait. What do you notice about the main verb? Is there an ending, or is the verb in its base form? Let's look at those again. Must get, could be, should do, might be, can lead, had better wait. All of those modals are followed by, you're right, the base form verb. So never put an ing form, never put an infinitive form, only put the base form. Now, let's take a look at continuous modals. May be coming. This is one example where you have may, the modal, followed by be. And then be, what's that followed by? It's followed by the ing form. So notice may is followed by the base form be. If it's a continuous modal, it has an ing form. Remember, continuous or progressive forms have ing to emphasize the ongoing nature of an action. Finally, let's take a look at some past modals. Here are some examples. May have wasted, shouldn't have relied, could have had. Here's another example where there are two auxiliaries before the main verb. We see may have, shouldn't have, and could have. What is the main verb, or what form is the main verb? In other words, what form comes after the word have? May have wasted, shouldn't have relied, could have had. Is that the past tense or the past participle? If you said past participle, you're right. So may have is followed by the past participle. The past modal is followed by have, and have is followed by the past participle of the main verb. Now, perhaps you'll want to review the article once again so you can notice these forms as you listen and read.